Well, hello there. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad that you could make it here this evening to the Patricia Iris Keren show. And we are on the Gift of Healing TV platform. And our objective is really to help you heal yourself and grow and learn as we indeed ourselves are learning, and we're sharing everything that we can with you to help you grow. This little series I'm doing a series of 3 shows all about relationships. And the very first one this evening is about your relationship with you. And I'm really here to encourage you to get in about it, to have a good look at it, because it is in fact the longest relationship you are ever going to have with anyone in your whole lifetime. So it's just got to be the most important. Sadly, it's often the one that we most neglect. And because our focus is outward and we're looking at everyone else's problems and stuff, and we're a bit programmed to tune into that to help to fix it, we forget that we are valuable, beautiful souls just here for this one lifetime, and we forget to really love and live it to the full. Now, I was talking about self-love and relationship with self with a lovely friend of mine in Southern Ireland, a beautiful lady. And you know what she just said to me? Patricia, she said, what is this thing called love? Everybody's on about it, loving yourself, healing yourself. But what does that love thing really mean? And I thought, first of all, gosh, what a really good question. I tend to go in with people at a level where I kind of think they all know what I'm talking about. But here we go. Here's a fresh perspective on this. What exactly are we talking about? What the hell is love? Because if we're not talking about it, we're channeling it and all the different things we do with it. But just how would you really define it? First of all, we have to say it's a label that's been applied by humanity to a certain emotion. What is emotion? Energy in motion. Yeah. So let's start with that. Let's start with energy in motion. What's that all about? That's all about vibration. You and I are a mass. I would call it an amorphous mass, a fluid mass of energy and vibration, constantly flowing, constantly changing. And then we are all united to each other. We're all part of each other. We're all part of one amazing mass of energy, a source of energy. Same goes for this lovely computer in front of me, the light, the flowers, the candle, the water, all the lovely things, energy vibrating. Now, Einstein did a fabby job on that. He told us all about it and what it meant. I'm not going to go into that here, but interestingly, I shared it quite recently on Facebook. He'd left a letter for his daughter and said, don't publish this till I'm away, 20 years passed away, then bring it out. And here we go. He then said, the force, the ever-changing force for good in this life is love. Now, here was this prestigious, scientific, left-brain man not wanting to declare that while he was still on the planet. He might have lost face amongst his peers. But 20 years later, absolutely happy to have his daughter, and bless her, she did put it out, validating what so many of us who are in the healing fraternity and sorority, or whatever the word is, we already know this. I reckon about 3, hopefully up to about 10% of the humans on this planet are very well aware of that. And we're harnessing the power of love. So now I come back to my beautiful friend's question, what is love? So, you know, tonight's program is all about this relationship you have with you. So let's apply all of this to you. Self-love would mean, well, for me, and I can only speak for me, it might be different for you. You might have things you would add in or things you would take out, but just go with the flow for the moment. I would say self-value. How do you value what and who you are doing and being? And that, you see, there's a whole other, that's a big, big question as well. You know, what the heck is that? Self-value. How do you value yourself? How do you value yourself? Have you ever thought about that? I wonder if you've really sat down with a pen and paper and looked at the blank sheet and said, well, okay, what are my values? Now you could say, okay, I'm going to write a whole thing on values, but actually what would define your value on the planet? What unique gifts, talents, and strengths do you have? Because that is your unique value. But also, your presence is valuable. And I'm going to tell you why. You're a pioneer. If you're watching this program, if you are attracted in any way to my vibration, believe me, you're a pioneer and an emissary for the light. And I hope my beautiful friend isn't watching and going to say, what's the light? Because we don't have time to go into all of that right now. But let's just say the light is the opposite, the polarity of the dark, and it's the lightness, the good force that we are working with. Yeah. So it's about looking at that. It's about thinking, okay, what are my unique gifts and talents? You know, I was born at the age of 8. I wasn't born at the age of 8. No, that sounds daft. I was born at the age of 0. But by the age of 8, I was already singing. I was already getting primed really to go in for the Glasgow Music Festival and things like that. And I won it twice. I was about 11 or whatever, 10 and 11 when I did win. I had this uniquely very high, clear voice. Now, everybody in the world could see and hear that voice. Everybody except me. I took it for granted. I didn't think anything of it. Part of me thought, oh, everybody can do that. Everybody can sing or everybody can do this. I just take this for granted. So I didn't see it. I didn't hear my voice. Yeah. I didn't get that value that I could bring through the gift of that voice to other people. Because you see, we all come encoded and we all come with codes embedded within our unique vibration that we can release over the years of our lives and bring forward the unique message that we appear with. And the reason I'm saying we're valuable right from the word go, even if you did nothing for the rest of your life except sit in your chair, you would be the light and emanating that light from your being. You see, what I do now when I go to the cinema or I go, gosh, I had a great time at Barry-Manilow in the Hydro with about 12,000 folk in there swinging from the rafters because I just love that guy. But you know what? I was also sitting anchoring the light, bringing it through me, sending it out. I thought, wow, 12,000 humans in one spot. Barry-Manilow was doing it his way. I was doing it mine. So there is where your intrinsic value is. It's about understanding that your very presence here is healing and it's valuable. And then when you add on all those gifts and talents that you have been given quite uniquely so, then your value is, quite frankly, immeasurable. You are and always have been a magnificent soul and a beautiful addition and contribution to humanity at this time. So we pioneers, we're all moving forward. Yeah, we're all learning and beginning to see our gifts. So self-value, then I move into self-respect, self-honor, because we really have to respect those gifts. I didn't. I do now, but I didn't. It took me a long time. I mean, I would be about 40 before I began to think I was remotely lovable, I have to tell you. I was brought up in such a critical, judgmental environment that I really didn't feel good enough, not good enough to do anything for anybody. So, yeah, a huge change came into my life when I eventually found Louise Hay's work. And a lot of you know that who watched the program. And then, of course, self worth. You know, here is this give and take thing. Some people are great givers, give, self sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. A lot of women could put their hands up to that one. We all know that program because we were conditioned, we were hypnotized into doing that. As women, we're playing a lesser role, a servile role, and it was to serve everybody else, and we were at the bottom of the heap. Or as I say when I'm doing talks somewhere, I'm doing the pan. Right, now that's where we were, not where we are now, because we're beginning to understand our value. We're beginning to know that we have a lot to offer. Now, women have been doing that for many, many years. For a while, we decided we would become a bit more like men than men. So I did that. I worked for a bank and I had big shoulder pads, and I was out there and I was doing my thing, my high heels on, la, la, and la. Great. You know, that's what you did. I'll tell you what that was. That's what you did to get on. You had to be like the men. But you know, when you do that, you cut off this beautiful heart chakra, and you stuff down your understanding, compassion, and love, and you become that bit harder. Yeah, just to succeed, just to get where you want to be. So I moved through that. I only lasted about 5 years at that, and then I just thought I was going to die, quite honestly. Big banks are run by fear. So not for me, not for that length of time. So it's about understanding that whatever you're doing, whatever you're offering is valuable, and it's a reflection of your self-worth and your recognition of yourself. When you really see yourself and you think, oh gosh, if I go and see my lawyer, it's going to cost about £190 an hour or whatever, or 200 and odd. If I go and see my dentist, and all of you who are following this closely know that I now have an implant, and my goodness, I wouldn't like to tell you what they're charging by the hour. Frightening stuff. But you know, then it comes down to you and I, we're healers, we're coaches, spiritual teachers, this kind of thing, and there's a reticence around charging. I wish I had £1 for everybody that I'm coaching that has said I have great difficulty in charging anything, and then when they do, it will be a way below really what they're worth. Now, I know there are loads of people out there who cannot afford a lot of things. And for them, of course, for them, we would all make an exception, or we'll do special offers or special deals. But for those who can afford it, then we're charging a respectable, an amount of money that feels like a really good exchange. So I'm really building that in here. I think that is worthy of saying. Self-worth. We need to understand that we don't give ourselves away. And then there are people, you know, I've been talking about the givers, but there are people who will take, and they'll suck your energy dry. They'll hook into you, and you know, whatever you're going to give them, they're going to take it, and 10 times more. They will keep taking and giving very little in return. You know, very little gratitude. But you know, I'm a great believer in that saying, what you give out, you get right back, and you get it back, you know. So they're going to encounter quite a lot of karma in their lives because they haven't learned this balance of receiving and giving, the masculine and feminine in balance, so that we can give out, we can take in, And there's always a balance in our bank of love, as I call it. All right. We're not giving out more than we have. You can't give anything out from an empty vessel. So if you're not feeding yourself with love and looking after yourself, it's not going to work. As I would say, it's not sustainable. You might do it for a while, but here's my favourite saying once again: keep doing it and you'll go down the pan. I think I'm going to call my next book that, actually, Down the Pan. But then we're moving into self-empowerment and not giving your power away to anyone. That's loving yourself. That's understanding who you are and why you're here. You're not just an accident. Nothing's an accident. You are the power of purpose embodied with a message to deliver. And so you might as well love yourself while you're about it. When you were a baby, you were rolling about on the floor. You probably had your right big toe up your left nostril and playing with all your bits for all you were worth. You were, weeing all over the place. You were passing wind and heaven knows all what, being sick, absolutely uninhibited. Nobody was there with a red card saying not acceptable, that's not good enough. As soon as you get up old enough into the cognitive stuff, these programs kick in, and they kick in from religions, from school, parents, you name it. Here's the way you do it. Here's how you live your life. And of course, a lot of people end up with very controlling parents because you have lessons to learn with them. We have to remember we chose them. We chose those very people to come in and learn our lessons with. But the point I'm trying to make is when we come in, we're love. We're that naivety, that innocence, that perfection. And actually, when you go out, you will be in exactly the same state. And when you get home, you will reconnect, as it were, with that beautiful level of vibration. And I guess it's something that our hearts really, really miss. So, to my beautiful friend, I don't know if you're watching or not, I hope that goes some way to explaining what I feel self-love is all about, what love is all about. And of course, it's very much attached to your heart chakra, isn't it? That's where that energy really is in motion. And as you know, we have 4 bodies. We have our physical body, our spiritual body, our mental body, and our emotional bodies. Life is all about 4 bodies. And yeah, you could be forgiven thinking that it was all about your physical body if them out there had anything to do with it. That's what they would have you believe. They would have you run in fear that you don't really look like the optimum human. You're too tall, too small, too fat, too thin, la la la, so it goes on. And you're just not going to fit in with everybody. How can you fit in? I'd love somebody to tell me that. 7.5 billion people on this planet, on only one of you. One thumbprint, one voice print, one eye print, one heart print, one DNA, all exclusive to you. They really broke the mold when you came on the planet. So how can you fit in? Nope. So it's just about being you, isn't it? It's just about you, being yourself, and stopping trying to fit in, stopping trying to please other people as well. And it's a level of what will other people think of me. The perspective, of course, is all outward, instead of pulling all in and coming in and going within. So you know what? I promised some magical tips in a moment of flurry when I was writing all of this. And I guess my magical tip for helping you to really love yourself would be, instead of going out with those 2 eyes that are staring right ahead of you right now, would be to focus more on the one here, the third eye, the eye that looks within, the insights, the eye that can take you into that inner plane, that inner landscape, if you like, where your whole life exists, where you will understand that you are four bodies, where you can connect to with whomever you would care to connect to, because inside here knows no limitations. It's just totally free of limitation. Anything you can conceive of in this right brain of yours, which is creative expression, inspiration, anything you can think of and dream up in here, when you channel it down and into your heart, you can make it real. And it is actually, that is one of the secrets of life, that it isn't an outside experience, it's an inner experience. When you really get that, you will have got it, and you will be able to live a life where you manifest whatever you care to, because you're manifesting it in here first, because of your vibration, because of the village drum going out there saying, hey, this is the way it is. It will become so. It's amazing. It's all about vibration. Abraham Hicks, of course, they go on about this all the time, about how by changing and shifting this vibration in here, you change and shift the outward experience. You know, I feel I've done that of late, last year, 18 months. I just feel I'm surrounded by beautiful, beautiful people, gorgeous energies, high energies. Very rarely now attracting anything that is not like that. Now, I did in the past, what that did was tell me that's playing a tune inside me. So it's responding to that particular song in me. And so I need to change the melody. I need to shift that, whatever it is. And I think part of loving yourself as well is taking time to face your fears, face your worst fears, face your inner demons, as it were. Bring them into the light, acknowledge them and heal them, and your heart will sing. The village drum will drum beautifully as shifts are made. Now, this last few months, it's really been powerful, and we've all made amazingly big shifts. I've made some huge ones. I absolutely love it. I want to eat it up, and just fabby, fabby, fabby. And I learn how to nurture myself, balance it. Even and only today, a gorgeous Reiki healing from a dear friend, John McGear, a great Reiki master from the centre of Scotland, and he's doing some lovely work at Chris's house, really serving humanity in a brilliant way. And so, he took time out to come and give me a lovely healing. And that's me loving and nourishing myself. Believe you me, that was nourishing all four bodies, because I felt shifts on every level. But I get coaching, because here I am spouting out to you. And if it was all just spouting, if I was just talking a talk here, it really would be empty, hollow. But what I'm doing is walking my talk and bringing that beautiful balance into my life by truly loving myself. Because you know what? The more I know that I'm looking after, caring, nourishing, nurturing myself, the more love I have to give out to you. So another little magical tip I would offer you is to take time out to talk to your heart. Your heart, yeah, okay, it's a pump. We all know it's pumping your blood round. That's on a physical level, and we love it dearly for doing that. But when it's truly happy, when it's truly singing its song, then everything in life works on another level. So one thing I share with all my clients and students is to tune into their heart and listen. Take time out every day. If you're not meditating, you're nuts. That's all I've got to say. It is amazing. And it's got to be number one on the list to do every day, to love yourself. So when you're meditating, go into your heart center and then just say to your heart, what would you like me to know today that would really help me to love myself more, nurture myself more, nourish myself more on every level, in everybody? So be very specific. You know, Source Universe loves us to be specific. And it is about letting go, isn't it? To really do this, you've got to let go of all the drama that's been in your life. Maybe, dare I suggest, having your finger in too many pies, your nose into other folks' stuff or a business. It's time to pull back from all of that. Here's big news. Your life and your love is all about you. It's all about you. And when you build up your beautiful bank of love, self-love, wow, watch this space. You're going to have so much love to give out. Now, I took time earlier on today. I thought, well, if I'm going to tell everybody how to really hear their heart, hear themselves, see themselves, because, you know, there's another thing I hear all the time. Nobody seems to hear me. Nobody sees me. It's got to start with you, to really listen to you, to see the beauty of you and that beauty within, all the beauty we've been talking about, all your gifts, all your talents, all of you, your magnificent soul. And you know, when I spoke to my heart today, it gave me a little poem, and I'm going to share it with you now. And it's called My Heart Yearns. My heart yearns to be held in a gentle way, a caress, a pat of the hand, a stroke of the cheek, to say all is well, to reassure with kindness, softness, not loud, quiet, tender whispers. Tears fall. Have I listened? Did I ever truly listen? Did I ever truly listen to you, dearest heart? And the reply, be your own love. Be your own love. Be your own love. And you know, when I received that, I just thought, gosh, yes, my beautiful heart wants to be seen and it wants to be heard. And so when it comes to really loving yourself, allow your heart to show you the way, because it will absolutely be the right way. Oh, well, do you know what? That's half an hour. It just absolutely flies by. And I've just loved being with you tonight. It's just been absolutely gorgeous. I felt a beautiful, loving energy coming in and being all around us. Isn't it just beautiful? And when we feel this way, we know that it's okay to be on this planet at this time. It can be challenging. Just go within and create that beautiful space within your own heart. Now then, I'm on in a fortnight's time, and we're going to have a beautiful session about your relationship to money. Ta-da! That'll be a laugh. It'll be good fun. I won't have you singing. I haven't had you singing tonight. I've been much more intense and serious tonight. Serious matters indeed. It must have been that Reiki, John. I hope you're watching. Anyway, yes, so we're going to be doing that now. I have to confess, I slotted in a wee webinar on Friday night because I downloaded this just amazing visualization to do with our prosperity, guys and gals. So if you're around Friday night for that one. And I'm also teaching my Viva Love Healing, and I've got 4 of the most beautiful souls doing that with me. It's done, one-to-ones, webinars, all of that. We just have amazing times. If anyone is interested in that, please email me or PM me on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. And anyway, I can help. I'm coaching people and doing all kinds of things. Whatever I can do to help you, just let me know. And the beautiful Sally Claridge Teixeira and myself are running our gorgeous day in Perth on the 11th of September. Absolutely fantastic day lined up for you. Magnificent speakers, inspirational, motivational, all about love, life, laughter. And I will have you singing. I will have you dancing. So be prepared. Come with plenty of water. It's going to be fun. And what else am I doing? I'm on in Aberdeen this weekend. Yes, it's going to be deep, intensive. Let's get the blocks out. Let's get ourselves really humming and buzzing and attaining all our dreams and aspirations, because you've all got them. Hope you've got them written down. Now, anything else? Let me just see. No, I think that's all. I think I have one place left on the French retreat, the Mary Magdalene one. And yeah, that's just gone magnificently. So that's going to be amazing. That's at the end of September. And after that, hopefully I will be in Barbados for a month. That may not come to fruition, but it's on my dream board. All righty, so listen, I love you lots, and take care of yourselves, and we will meet again in a fortnight's time. All righty, bye for now.